So this is Louis from LCAR Concepts.
And we are at a beautiful range at the undisclosed location here. So we're gonna start as fresh as we can, the alignment, right? So there's something on this gun that I'm gonna need to get aligned with my eye and what I'm trying to hit. So that's sight alignment. The sight picture is gonna be us taking that alignment, and like if you were my bad guy or you're my target, so I could have all that stuff lined up right with my eye, I'm gonna need to get it on you. That now creates my sight picture, right? And then the real shooting part starts, right? Trigger control and follow through. And these things are like kind of like chicken and an egg. Like I haven't been able to really nail down too hard exactly where the trigger press stops and it begins follow through. And like people will say that the trigger press is the most important, but if your follow through sucks, your trigger press is probably going to suck. So they go really hand in hand.
And also it depends on the firearm you're using too. Those things will change.
Yep, big time. So we're going to be starting off with pistol. So first thing I'll have you do is just get your pistol out, right?
And what do you recommend?
Well, so draw stroke is a whole nother thing. So we'll start with marksmanship. Like you got it out without shooting yourself. Woo! Like, boom. Like that's what I'm looking for if what we're going to talk about is basic marksmanship, and then we'll go into draw stroke stuff once we can like hit something.
Yeah,
right?
And this pistol was specifically made from you telling me what I should do.
Yeah.
So
it looks good.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It's beautiful.
Right. So, and you've got an optic on there.
Yep.
So it simplifies that aiming process a little bit. Are you using that circle reticle I was telling you about? All right, cool. So I just this way I know what to talk about as I'm doing it. Let's see, pistol target. Let's set this thing up because that's a good distance for a pistol target. So let's see if we use some of this. Go ahead, throw that tire on this tire. All right. And hey, Cody, can you grab, there's a big fat like Magnum Sharpie in the back seat of my truck hanging off the molly panel. Oh shit, look, we got like legit shit.
Yeah, we in the hauler, but we came prepared.
Damn, what way's better, in the shadow or over here? Yeah, so again, we're working on marksmanship, so just go ahead, safely get your gun out. All right, yep. So go ahead, aim in at the top left circle there that we got. So we got the target set up. So you got a great grip, everything looks good, all that. And then the first thing I would have somebody do, we want the bullet to go exactly where we want it to do. So follow what I'm saying. Go ahead, just touch your trigger, just like, oh, there you are, all right? And then there's a little slack in the front of it. Yeah. Go ahead, take that slack out.
Okay.
All right, and then you'll be right there kind of at the wall. And then I want you to think about just adding ounces, just like 1 ounce at a time, another ounce, like an eyedropper. Just another ounce, another ounce, another ounce. Confirm your sights are still there, another ounce, just keep stacking that up, right? And we get a great result, all right? So that speed comes from efficiency, right? Sonny Pazikas has a great saying. He goes, if you suck when you're going slow and then you just try and go faster, now you're just like sucking
You're sucking faster.
Yeah. So like it's camouflage for poor technique. So that is how we want to press the trigger every time. We get more efficient with it, right? Like probably about a 4 or 5 pound trigger in there. How many ounces are in 5 pounds? That's like for math people to figure out. But I know if I keep adding ounces, it'll go off eventually. Now, eventually that, like say 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, you kind of get a feel for it and it becomes like 1 ounce, 2 ounce, 3 ounce, right? And then becomes like 1, 2, 3, and the tempo will go, but I want to hold that accuracy standard. So go ahead, raise back up, and give me 2 rounds. So, on your own. All right. Yeah. So we were aiming same spot, but we saw that's the difference of letting the gun go off and making the gun go off.
Yeah.
So when we let the gun go off, we get the result we want. So you gotta just kind of let it do its job. Worry about what you're doing. Don't worry when it goes off. And if the thought like in your ear pops up, because the sights are like moving, because even though we're standing, they're moving.
Yeah.
And if that thought of like now ever crosses your mind, like the wrong answer is smash trigger at that moment.
Yes.
Like just keep adding ounces. If the sights come off, like embrace that wobble. You can correct them and then add another ounce.
Gotcha.
So go ahead, do that for 2. Where you just focus through that sight, focus through the circle. Yep. So you see right there, did you feel that? You'll be able to see it for sure. There was a point where you thought like the gun should go off here.
Yeah.
And you start like pushing against it.
Yep.
And you were like, no, I'm doing my job 1 ounce at a time. That wasn't where it wanted to go off. So if we would have like slammed all the way back at that
It would have
point,
missed completely.
that's where the bullet would have went off.
And what way does it go if you slam the trigger?
Typically for a right-handed shooter, we're gonna draw them down low left. It's gonna kind of pull the gun and everything down, and that's another debate. Like the internet will get hot at. Like if your grip is good enough, this one finger isn't stronger than all these and this, and it's like it is if it's what's controlling. So go ahead, stay on that same target, that top right, and give me like 4. Nice individual shots each. Try and recover each shot where you get your sights back on. Yeah. Beautiful. Dude, we gotta go check that target out. That's pretty awesome. So here, the first round out of your gun, that tells me you can shoot, right? Then those first 2 where I cut you loose, it's like, all right, we might have reverted into some old stuff, but then, I mean, that's starting to drill stuff where like we may even be at a distance or need to think about maybe zeroing that optic.
Yeah, which I just slapped it on, did not zero it at all.
Yeah,
so.
because with a group that tight, you know, we got a couple out here, which may happen. We're still talking about, like the heart is a fist-sized organ.
Yep.
Like check out that. Can you see the target there? Like, so all of those are in a heart.
Yep. Awesome. So pretty much the biggest thing is slow down or you're gonna suck until you get better, and then you can go faster.
Yeah, like ramp up. Don't just whip it out and think you're gonna like shoot like John Wick. And, you know?
Unrealistic.
Yeah.
Even with the best pistol,
The staccato or the pit viper.
You can't pull it out of the box and shoot
It
like
doesn't
that guy.
Probably not.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
But what if you play a lot of Call of Duty?
I mean, we could put money on the line, and you bring that stuff, and like we'll shoot for pinks on guns.
I'm putting my money on him.
Yeah, like.
Why are you looking at
I'll
me?
take the high point.
What is your game plan for the future? Now that you have the ability to be able to effectively teach someone very quickly, obviously.
All right.
What are you getting into?
So we've got options, right? This is all something where you should have a general idea of what you would like, and then there's ways to get there, depending on what you have at your disposal. So now I know you can stack rounds on top of each other. So a next thing we could work on is a draw stroke, or the next thing we could work on is grip. So like, I know you just put 5 rounds in a fist-sized group, right? It took a certain amount of time to recover from recoil and deliver those shots. So we can crunch that time period, or we could work on getting the gun out and getting one good hit, right? I think being able to get the gun out and get one good hit
absolutely
is the important thing.
Yeah.
Because if we hit them once right, then we might end the fight right there.
For
Sounds
a new
great.
Shooter, if they came to your range and like Brandon said, he just put his optic on it, Now, would you suggest zeroing it or just letting someone?
Depends on if they're good or not.
Yeah, if you're gonna put an optic on a gun, if you have the ability to go to an indoor range, one, it needs to be mounted correctly. There's tons of great videos out there on what Loctite to use and all that. We won't get into that here, but make sure it's mounted solid.
Yeah.
If you're going out with buddies shooting, you've got time to do that kind of stuff. If you're going to spend your money to go to a training class, unless it's very explicit that zeroing is a part of that class, you should have your shit zeroed before you get there.
And what is your adventure for the future? What are you wanting to do?
Personally,
yes.
In terms of like, I want to share this stuff with the world. Like, I got into this kind of being your own first responder lifestyle, and I think it transfers over into so much in life. Like, no one's coming to help you, no matter what it is. Like, it's you. Like,
yeah, look at North Carolina right now. Like, there are people there helping, but realistically, they can't get there. Like, you're on your own.
And how long did it take them to get there?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
if you can't survive that first 5 days, then
you're
all
not. You
all
are
the
unalived.
help FEMA is going to bring ain't going to help.
Support Grindstone Ministries.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, so I want to bring this stuff to people. Like, I dove on the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
There's things you can do that'll give you a great, like, 75-80% solution in terms of, like, being a gunfighter. But really, I have these everywhere I go. Like, I got these bad boys everywhere I go, right? Like, so
He plans on stinking them out.
I need to be good at using those. That also gives me some more options.
You can't take a firearm anywhere.
Right.
Everywhere.
Do you know of any classes where you could learn to use those?
Well, if you want to do combative stuff, I don't think it gets much better than Sonny Pazikas. Go to sonnypazikas.com, check his stuff out.
And what about you? What if people want to learn from you?
If you want to learn from me and kind of walk in the path, let me share some shortcuts and help you get kind of where I'm going. Come to LCARconcepts.com. It's LCAR, LCAR-concepts.com. LCAR_concepts on all the socials. So I'm out there. You can find my stuff there. Schedule will be on the website shortly. I'm here in Camden, Tennessee, about halfway between Nashville and Memphis, and have gun, will travel.
Yeah.
Like, you have questions, you say you got a place to shoot, like, you can tell I don't need a Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
And we can tune stuff in.